We've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is currently 7:22 and I'm on my way to school. Hi guys, so I just had lunch with my friend and we just got back from school, so now I am in my bed finally. I might take a little nap, I think I deserve it, or maybe just study a little bit, but I am so exhausted. Today was really exhausting. Like, I went to school really early, I got there at 7 and my eyes are burning because my contacts, like, I have to go to the eye doctor sometime this month because there's something going on with this eye specifically that it gets red and like my contacts feel like they're gonna come out, and I thought it was pink eye at first, but then it lasted like 3 weeks and it's not pink eye because I changed my contacts and everything. So yeah, so then I had to come home early too because I didn't feel good. I want to take my contacts off, put on my glasses, close my eyes for a little bit, and yeah, and then that's pretty much it. So today's gonna be a pretty chill day. Later in the day I might go out again because I have to go do a little shopping and I have to buy a book for school. Other than that, I'm planning today to do a video on how I cured my hormonal acne, because I don't know if you guys know or if I've talked about it, probably not, but I used to have a lot of hormonal acne when I moved from Miami to Italy. Mostly because of the food, you know, change of environment and everything. I'll explain everything in detail after, but I mean, as you can see, I managed to cure it pretty well, and I want to give you guys some tips and tell you how I did it, because I know there's a lot of people that might be having the same problem. So there really honestly is no better feeling than being in your bed when you're exhausted. Like, it's just so relaxing, especially having a nice clean bed. Oh my god. And it's so cold outside today, and inside it's so warm, and I'm so full and like happy. So it's been a good day, honestly. I'm just really tired, so that's all. Alright guys, I'm ready to talk to you about something very traumatic. I am going to explain to you guys how I cured my hormonal acne. Now, if you saw in the thumbnail, and I'll put a picture up, it was bad. Like, it got to a point that like I thought it would never get better. Like, I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to take any pictures. I stopped using Instagram, Snapchat. It was just really bad, and it was embarrassing. And for a while I thought I was like the only person dealing with it. You know, I saw everyone on Instagram with these perfect skin, perfect everything, and I was like, how are these people not going through this? But I found also some other videos on YouTube that really helped me, and now I'm hoping that I can be one of those videos. Alright, so acne. Basically, it's your body telling you that something is wrong. That maybe you have a wrong diet, or you're allergic to something, or even puberty can give you acne, and that's normal. But sometimes acne occurs and it's not normal. It occurs in such a strong way and there's nothing that can help it, and that's when it's like, okay, you need to do something beyond, you know, drinking water to have clear skin. So I've always had good skin up to when I started puberty. Obviously, almost everyone always goes through this. You know, I started getting acne. It wasn't very bad. It was, you know, just regular teenage acne. You know, it did affect me, obviously. You know, a lot of people get insecure about their skin, especially your face. You know, it's what you put out to the world, it's what everyone sees, so it does make you a little insecure when you have that problem. and especially being a teenager, you know how teenagers are. A lot of ridicule, a lot of making fun. But for the most part, my skin started clearing up around like 16. It started getting a little bit better. I started getting more into like personal hygiene, you know, listening to people telling me to wash my face, drink more water, you know, use more creams. So that's how I started my skincare journey. But I wasn't very consistent with it, obviously. I think a lot of people when they're young, they're not consistent with it. You know, you hear people tell you wash your face every night, don't go to sleep with makeup on, but you're just like, one night, what, you know, what's that gonna do? And it does, but that was me, stupid little teenager. But either way, my face was never that bad. And then around 18, 19, it started getting pretty bad. I guess I started eating a lot worse. I started eating a lot of fast food, a lot of processed, unhealthy foods. Plus, like, just like, you know, growing up, you know, still hitting that puberty. So it started getting really bad. I mean, just my old videos, if you guys go and watch a video from a year ago, it was pretty bad. You could tell that my skin was very red, very irritated. And I was also wearing a lot of makeup. I got into makeup, I got into, you know, trying new looks every day, and that really wears out your skin, especially if you wear makeup all day and then, you know, you don't wash it really good at night, because I would wash it with soap and water and be like, okay, I'm done. No. Or maybe I would use a makeup wipe and be like, all right, all good. No, you know, you really have to get into cleansers and using creams, especially, I can't stress this enough, if you use a lot of makeup, a lot of heavy makeup every day. So fast forward when I got here from America, you know, change in environment, change in diet, change in everything, the stress of moving from, you know, a different country, it really stressed my skin out. And I was having a bad time. At first, the first 2 months were fine, you know. I would get a pimple here and there, blame it on the period, but it wasn't very noticeable at first. And then one day, someone actually mentioned it to me. They were like, oh, but you're breaking out a lot. Are you okay? Like, what's happening? And even my dad would tell me, you know, there's something wrong with your skin. And I wouldn't notice because, you know, it happens, one pimple here, one pimple there. You don't really, you know, take record of which one leaves, which one comes, how many you have. Especially if I was using makeup every day, you know, I would wake up, naturally just put it on and don't even think about it. You know, if I can't see it, it's not there. But yeah, and then a lot of people would notice it and would start telling me. And yeah, it really got to me for a while. You know, it was all I could think about. And then the problem gets worse, because the more you see it, the more you're aware of it, the more makeup you pack on to hide it. The more makeup you pack on, the longer you wear the makeup, the worse it gets, because you're just clogging your pores even more. And then let's not even get started on popping it, you know. I'm an advocate very clearly of do not pop your pimples, you know. Let a professional do it if you're gonna do it, but it's just hard when you see it there. You know, you don't want to go out with a pimple that's clearly, like, you know, inflamed, and you just have to pop it, and that makes it even worse. So it would get to a point that I wouldn't even want to leave my house. I would just stay home. I would wear makeup in my own house just to make myself feel more secure, more, you know, better, because it really does get you down, you know. You know, physical appearance, especially your face, when you look at yourself and you don't feel good about yourself, it really gets to you. And you know, the funny thing is, maybe people don't even notice, or like if they notice, they don't think twice about it. They're not gonna sit there and be like, wow, like that face is really bad, and think about it over and over again, you know. Think about the time you've ever seen a person with really bad skin, you know, you're like, oh, wow, that's bad. But then you don't sit there and, you know, talk about it for hours or this and that, or you forget about it even if you're talking to them. But for yourself, it's really hard to forget if you have that problem. Apart from the acne, I had a lot more, sorry if you guys hear my dog playing, he found a sock. His favorite toy, apparently. So yeah, apart from the acne, I had a lot of other symptoms. I would get bloated. Oh my god, my bloating was such a big problem. It was all that I could talk about. It got so bad that every time I would finish a meal, I would look at my boyfriend and he'd be like, I'm so bloated, mocking me, because that's the first thing that I would say. I would feel bloated all the time. I would wake up in the morning skinny, right? The best time of the day, drink a glass of water, and I would get bloated. It would make no sense to me. I did not understand this. I went a day without eating, and I would still get bloated, and I wouldn't understand why. And then, you know, that made me feel even more insecure because I started gaining a lot of weight. I believe it was water weight, but just weight gaining was not healthy for me. Like, it was exponentially growing really fast. I wouldn't fit in any of my clothes. I would buy a pair of jeans the week before. The week after, I would not fit into it. It was very weird. And then my weight would also fluctuate a lot. So it was very frustrating too, because especially I just moved from a different country. I came with one suitcase. I didn't have a lot of clothes, so then I had to start buying clothes gradually. But it would never stop, because I would buy clothes the week before, and the week after I would have to go up another size. Or then the week after, those jeans wouldn't fit me anymore and I'd have to go down a size. So it was so frustrating. I would get so many cramps, like from the bloating, like it would hurt. I would be in pain. I would have to eat and then just like lay down, and like I would be huge and I would have so much pain. It was really bad. And then also I wasn't eating very healthy. When I got here, I was indulging in everything. I would have pizza at least once a day, you know, dessert, ice cream. So I definitely wasn't eating well. So I believed that the weight gain and the bloating and everything was due to that as well. But it wasn't obviously helping the acne or the bloating at all. And finally, the last symptom that is like one of the biggest symptoms that actually took me, you know, the step further to get some help, is that my period would be super irregular. I would have my period one month, the month after I wouldn't get it, or I would get it a week before it's supposed to come, or a week after. So it was very irregular, and I've always been the type of person to have a very regular period, so this for me was new, and it was a sign from my body telling me something's not okay, you know, go get checked. So here comes the part where I actually went and got help, and it got even more frustrating. So I went to a dietitian, and this dietitian gave me a test to see if maybe my acne and my bloating was due to an intolerance. And it turns out that I was intolerant to almost everything. I was told not to eat any cheese, any tomatoes, any like beer, any yeast, no bread, no milk, nothing, right? But I was also allergic to soy, so I couldn't even have anything soy. I couldn't have anything acidic, no pineapples, no oranges, you know, I couldn't even have watermelons. I could have basically nothing, no mushrooms, no rice. It was so frustrating. I couldn't eat anything. Basically, you know, she was like, okay, I'll give you a little diet of what you could have, like a little meal plan, right? For breakfast, right? Crackers. Delicious. I couldn't have coffee. Delicious. Sounds amazing, right? I couldn't have oats. Okay. Lunch. Like 2 spoonfuls of rice and chicken. No lemon, of course. Oh, I was allergic to pepper too, let me tell you. No tomatoes. So that was so frustrating, and as I've mentioned a million times, I am the biggest foodie. Plus, coming from Miami to Italy, and in 2 months, I wasn't satisfied. I wanted to keep eating, and you're telling me I can't have anything, you know? It was really frustrating. So after that, I decided to become vegan. And I stayed vegan for about a month and a half, around there. And, you know, it wasn't that bad at first, because I was really motivated to cure myself. Like, I could not handle the bloating. I did not like feeling, you know, that low self-esteem about myself. So I really did try very hard. I bought a cookbook, I would research so much, and I did come up with a lot of good vegan meals. And yeah, it was very hard, not because I couldn't find what to eat or anything. Like, it was good, I'm not gonna lie. It was things that I liked, but it was just so hard because I couldn't go out and eat out, because veganism is not as much of, I want to say, like a trend as it is in America. But so here there's only one restaurant. Luckily it was in front of my house, but it was so expensive. A burger was about like $10, just the burger, and it was like vegan, so it didn't have like, and I couldn't have tomatoes, nothing. So it was just a veggie burger for 12 euros. It's insane. No chips, no nothing. So it was frustrating, and I couldn't obviously eat there all the time with my friends, because my friends aren't gonna invite me out, and I'm not gonna be like, hey, let's go to this vegan restaurant. You know, it happened once with my boyfriend, and we never went back because 1, it's expensive, and 2, no one really likes being a vegan here. I mean, come on, Parma, we have like the best ham, and you're gonna tell me people are gonna be vegan and Parmigiano? No, honey, not happening. And it was frustrating, like, oh my god. But yeah, I pushed through, you know, I kept going. But I didn't see any change in my skin or in my bloating. My bloating a little bit, you know, but I was just hungry all the time. So if I didn't have the bloating pains, I would just have hunger pains because I wasn't eating enough, you know. Being vegan, you know, I did my research and stuff, but you did have to eat a lot, and I was under eating. But even then, like my skin and everything, I wasn't feeling pretty good. So I would still get bloated sometimes. So it just wasn't for me. Maybe if I would have like held on a little bit longer, things would have gotten better, but I was just so frustrated. I wanted my skin to get clear fast and I wanted this bloating to go away soon. So after the whole veganism thing, I went to the doctor and I asked them for the pill because I needed something to work fast, and I read online that sometimes, you know, it's your hormones. So I went to get checked and it was like, yeah, it could be your hormones, so try this pill. They gave me a pill called Diane. It's one of the strongest ones. Well, it is the strongest one here. And, you know, I took it and at first the bloating got worse. Obviously, you know, sometimes it happens with the pill, you start gaining weight. Got a little bit worse, and then slowly things started getting better, but I also started taking better care of myself. I stopped eating dairy. I tried to eat less cheese. I almost ate all my pasta with no cheese. You know, I tried very hard. No milk. I would have, in the morning, I would always have a glass of water with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And then I would have, about 4 times a day, I would have green tea with turmeric. It is one of my favorites. No sugar, of course. I was intolerant to sugar anyways. I started washing my pillowcase twice a week at least, making sure that where I slept was clean, but I wasn't even wearing makeup. I stopped wearing makeup for a really long time. I stopped buying makeup, I stopped wearing it, I stopped watching makeup videos just to get it out of my head because it was frustrating. You know, I stopped going on Instagram as much, and I just tried to like get into that mentality of like, okay, you know, I have to fix my skin and fast because it's not getting better. Let me try as hard as I can, you know, let me put my all into it. I stopped eating all sugar and I tried eating with no salt as well to see if it would help the bloating. So sorry to my boyfriend because I would cook with no salt, but it was still good. And I started going to get facials, to get cleanings every 2 to 3 months to see if it would help. It would always irritate my skin right after I got them, but then like 2 days later, it would get so much better. I would see a big difference. Oliver! And the biggest thing that I did to cure my skin and my bloating at the same time was to stop drinking. And of course, everyone that comes to like Europe in general, from America and under 21, you're gonna drink. And you know, going to clubs and everything, not having to worry about an ID. Maybe I took it a little bit too far, but that definitely was the cause of the bloating as well, and of the acne, maybe because I was allergic, as I said before, so lievito di birra and wine as well, so I couldn't have those. A lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of blogs online that you read about how to cure acne tell you that for the most part it's due to digestion problems, and they say to have a lot of probiotics. But here's the problem. Be careful with that because your acne might just be because you're allergic to dairy. And intolerances don't always mean that you're just allergic to it always. There's a difference between an allergy and an intolerance. Let me explain. So an allergy is like you're allergic, you know, you can't have it, or your body will react horribly to it, and it's usually like long term. An intolerance upsets your stomach and it upsets your body, and it affects your skin, obviously. So be careful with that. Make sure you go to a dietitian or your doctor, find out what you're allergic to or intolerant to, and learn your body. Like, learn what your body is trying to tell you, learn yourself. Make sure you know what you can have and can't have, and make those sacrifices. And intolerances are not a forever thing. You might be intolerant to something for a week or a month, and then it goes away slowly if you start having less of it. Thank God. So now I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my current facial nighttime and morning routine. I use the same products day and night. So I just started these about 2-3 weeks ago, but I'm starting to really notice a difference in my skin, and I really like them. So to cleanse my face, I like to use mild face washes because before I started using a really heavy soap, it was very strong, you know, got rid of all the makeup. Let me tell you, it was amazing, but it was just not for me, especially if you have a lot of acne and your skin is very sensitive at that time. I don't recommend you using anything really strong. Use something mild that still gets the job done. So I started using this Yves Rocher Hydro Vegetal. It's a gel detergent with ultra freshness. So what I like about this brand is that every product that they have comes for, the same products are in every category for different skin types. So for example, this product you could get for oily skin, sensitive skin, regular skin, any type combination. And the best part about this brand as well is that they are a vegan, like, vegetable brand. So they don't use any like harsh chemicals. They use vegetables and plants. I use this product morning and night, sometimes in between the day depending on if I take my makeup off or not. but it is so good. I really recommend it. It's just mild. It has a really fresh smell, but it's not heavy. I don't like to use a lot of products on my face with fragrances because I noticed that it also affects my skin. So yeah, this one is very good. I recommend it to all of you. After I've cleansed my face, I use the same brand's tonic. It's a hydrating tonic with cellular water. And this one is for mixed or normal skin, which is what I have. I have very normal or like mixed skin, I guess. I only get oily around here, but not really anymore. When I moved from Miami, I stopped getting really oily skin, so that's a good thing. But yeah, now I have, sometimes it gets a little bit dry with the winter, but for the most part, it's normal. But yeah, I put this on a little pad, a cotton pad, and I start rubbing it all over my face to make sure I got off all the makeup with the cleanser, and you can see it right away. You know, if you have anything left, it comes off right away. The third product that I use is this. It's a milk detergent and also hydrating. It is also for normal and mixed skins. That's what I have, so that's the ones that I get. And I put it on a cotton pad and wipe it all over my face after I've used the tonic, and it is so good as well. Anything that those two don't get off, this one definitely will. And the best part about this is that it leaves like a creamy residue, so it hydrates your face as well, and I love it. But then there's my favorite one. This one is amazing. I love it. I use it as a primer as well because it's not too heavy, but you could feel that it really is on there and it's hydrating you. This is the vegetable serum, and it is intensely firm. It's for day and night, and it's firming care, intense firming care for all skin types, this one. And it's really good because you do feel it make your skin firm. Like, you know, you're not stuck there, but you know, you feel it on top of your skin, and it's not too heavy, it's not too oily. So it's really great for makeup, I believe. I really like it as a primer. But then I also wear it at night because it hydrates my skin really well, especially in winter. I was looking for a good cream for so long, like my whole journey. I found, like, you know, I had my mom send me creams from America. I had my mom send me, you know, her dermatologist creams over there. But none of them really worked well for me. Either they would make my skin too oily or it just felt really heavy. But this one is so good. And the best part is that all of these are so cheap. Those 3 blue products, they're all like 4 each, like €4 each. And this one was 20 euros each. This one was like the most expensive one that I got. But yeah, and then I also got another serum that I use twice a night. But that one is like a little extra thing. I haven't really noticed a big difference with that one, but I do like it. It's a little bit oily. So you put it on your skin, it leaves it oily, and then it dries up, and it's a nighttime mask. So it's a mask that you use at night, obviously. And then I also got from the same brand an under eye cream, but it's mostly for wrinkles, and I don't really have that, but I wanted to see if it could if it could fix my under eye bags, because I have so many. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I definitely do. Every time I watch my videos, I'm like, that's the only thing that my eyes go to. Like, how? I honestly am not a bad sleeper. Like, I sleep either too much or like not enough, but sometimes I sleep regularly, and the same thing, my eye bags just cannot get cured. But I also got told by my dermatologist that it is probably hereditary. So yeah, can't do anything about that except concealer. Okay, last really good tip is that you need to give your face a break. I know it might be hard, especially if you're going through the whole acne process, you know, trying to get rid of it. You want to hide it. You don't want to go out looking like that, you know, it gets to you. But the best thing you could do for your skin is to let it breathe, you know, take breaks. Don't wear too much heavy foundation, or like, you know, try to put a little bit of concealer on. Always prime and put a lot of cream, so at least it's not getting into your pores that much. And try to get a foundation that's not too heavy. Try to get something like a BB cream, something like that, something that's not so heavy. And it will really help you out, but you have to give your face a break. It's hard, but it's what really helped me. And yeah, so my last and final tip that I'm gonna leave with you guys is to, no matter what, you know, love yourself. Acne, an external thing, it doesn't matter as long as you're taking care of your internal, you know. Your acne is your body's way of telling you that something's wrong on the inside. So if you're trying to fix your inside, if you think that inside everything's going fine, you know, you're eating healthy, you're drinking a lot of water, you're taking care of your body, and you still have acne, don't stress about it. As long as you're feeling good on the inside, that's what matters. Your appearance, it comes and it goes. You're gonna have acne, you're gonna have days where you don't have acne, you know. You're gonna get a pimple one day, the next day it's gonna be gone. You're gonna be bloated one day, you're gonna gain weight, lose weight, and it doesn't matter as long as you're happy with yourself. And that's the last thing I want to leave you guys with. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and, you know, take my tips, and, you know, feel free to share your experience in the comments below. I always like to hear from people. My next journey is fixing my acne scars. You know, I have a lot of them. My face, when I take it off, you could see all the marks that all my pimples left from, you know, popping them, from touching them with dirty hands and everything, and stressing about it, wearing makeup. I'm very white, so that kind of sucks. You know, I would be in the sun not wearing SPF. Wear SPF, people. I learned this the hard way. I have a lot of acne scars. I have to do some peelings now. Slowly, I'll get rid of that too. You know, it doesn't affect me as much now because I'm starting to learn that, like, it's fine. People have them. People hide them. You know, as long as you're taking care of yourself, like I said before, it's fine. So I'll let you guys know if I find something for acne scars, because I am trying, but I can't find anything as of now that really works for me. So I'll keep letting you guys know. I might go get a peeling soon, so I'll see if that works. But that's the next journey with my acne. So I hope you guys like this, and if you guys are interested in the products, let me know, because I could give you more information on them. I think they're available worldwide, so no problem. And XOXO is a really good brand. It's French, so not sponsored, by the way, obviously, but just in case. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. I really hope you guys are enjoying this style of vlogs, because I didn't want to just do vlogs where you guys follow me around and, like, you know, the basic vlogs of, like, your everyday life and all that stuff, because one, I, for the most part, during the week, just go to school, come home, study, pretty boring. So that would have been kind of boring. And I know they're supposed to be very Christmas themed, but it's really early. So, you know, hopefully in the next week and everything. This weekend I have a lot of Christmas stuff planned, but, you know, it's just really early. So there's not much I could do there. But yes, and I kind of want them to make I kind of wanted to make the vlogs kind of informational, you know, give some experience, that you guys get to know me, because my channel is so new and young. But yeah, so I really hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm trying to add, you know, a little bit of, like, my personality into these videos, and a lot of, like, informational things. Yeah, I'm not very good at talking, so. But yeah, like, for example, this video, I wanted to make it about my acne. The last video, I tried to make it about myself, and, like, things like that, you know. I got a request from someone to make a video, one, a tour of my city, and another one, life in Italy versus the US. So I do want to make those. If you guys have any suggestions of what I could do, what I could talk about, anything you want to know, leave it in the comments so I could for sure include it. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun making these. I'm really pushing myself as well, getting out of my comfort zone for sure. So I really hope you guys like these.